Okay, the live stream should be starting soon. Please give a moment to make sure everything is set on up. There we go. Thumbnails up to date. Twitter stream going. Kick is going. Twitch is going. And Rumble appears to be going. Looks like all that's good. Let me just check my other computer. Yep, and looks like everything's going. Oh, howdy. I just saw your Twitch comment. Everything is good to go. So, let's go and get started. Let's just start from the top. New names I don't recognize. Let's start with that. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. So on the north side as a Chaos Sorcerer, we have Herod. So on the south side as the Lord Inquisitor, we have Zoro or Zuro. Zero? I have no idea. And I tried to use the mouse keys to move around the camera, and that did not work out because I don't have that bind in this game. Thank you, which one? There's a lot of YouTube videos. We do now have the Chaos Marines pushing down south, trying to capture some sectors. We do have the Chaos Sorcerer here as well. Over here, got the Heretics capturing along the right flank. Sentinel pushing along the right flank as well. Got a second squad of Imperial Guardsmen coming on out, and a second Heretic squad. Pretty standard build openers. We now have the Heretic squad receiving a bit of fire there from the Sentinel. Heretics off returning away. Got the Chaos Marines in this area as well as the Chaos Sorcerer. The Heretic squad in this region as well. So we've got all the forces for the Chaos Sorcerer here. Let's get a nice cast there onto the Imperial Guardsmen. They do retreat back in time, sustaining minimal damage. We're gonna go now. Got the Imperial Guardsmen engaging the something. I saw some shooting over there. We got them engaging the Heretics. Heretics are going to try to tie them with melee. Let's get a squad detonation there. Lord Inquisitor does get a stun cast there. Got these forces trying to move over here. Imperial Guardsmen falling on back. We're seeing quite a bit of damage there from that Heretic squad. Imperial Guardsmen has just been upgraded to Sergeant. Very nice, so that will reduce their reinforcement costs by one model. Sentinel seeing quite a bit of fire there. We've got now the Lord Inquisitor trying to type the Chaos Marine squad in melee, and thanks for a nice little stomp there, knocking back and stunning that in his Chaos Marine squad. Chaos Marine receiving quite a bit of fire there. Chaos Sorcerer is now trying to pursue there. Does get a special attack there by the Lord Inquisitor. Chaos Sorcerer has seen quite a bit of fire damage, more than the Lord Inquisitor. Does get a cast there. It's small amount of damage there onto the Imperial Guardsmen. Chaos Marines have dropped a model there and still being pursued, trying to get inside the garrison. Drops another model there. Might as well just fully retreat now. He's probably being wiped by the Imperial Guardsmen, who I think is capturing the Central VP. Now we do have a weapon upgrade there on the Chaos Sorcerer, the Sword of Flame, increasing damage, causes damage over time. Also got, of course, getting Flame ability, which grants a Wreath of Flame, a Flame Shield that applies aura damage around a target allied unit. You got the Heretic squad stunned and knocked back there. Sentinel gains good damage, and do have the Heretic squad being forced on back. Over here, we got the Heretic squad engaged by the Imperial Guardsmen with the Sergeant upgrade. The other one does not have the Sergeant just yet. It's getting some good damage there onto the Heretic there. Imperial Guardsmen advancing forward to support the Imperial Guardsmen. The Heretic squad does fall back.
Yes, sir. Ready, go.
Sentinel has received quite a bit of damage there. It's falling back. Got a heavy weapons team being pulled down the field as well.
Show me our way.
And another Sergeant squad being pulled out as well. Lord Inquisitor just staying back home, getting healed up. And now we do have the heavy weapons team now pulling the field.
Now we've got a chance. Processing the land's request.
The Chaos Sorcerer is going to be a good hero against the Imperial Guardsmen. They're effective versus a lot of light units. And now I do have the Chaos Sorcerer seeing a bit of damage there. Chaos Sorcerer has been upgraded with Vesper's Warp, which grants the warp ability, allowing the Chaos Sorcerer to teleport around. Does get a stomp there, does get a stun, it is severely damaged, get tied up by the Lord Inquisitor, and he killed his own Sentinel though with the Lord Inquisitor. He likely would have been pursued down there, but does take out the Chaos Sorcerer as well. And that Chaos Sorcerer is quite kitted up, so that is a good snipe there. He's going to spend a bit of requisition to get that replaced. Overall, the damage is likely equal, losing the Sentinel versus the Chaos Sorcerer. Hard to see him top ahead. And Chaos Lord Inquisitor seeing quite a bit of fire there. We've got Flamer, Imperial Guardsmen here getting some great damage there. They're also going to be very effective versus the Heretic squads, who are not engaging them. Bit of an oversight there, not realizing the power generators are being torched down. Now the Heretic squad are engaging. The Imperial Guard squad does retreat back nice and early. They do have dropped only one model. Over here, do got the Imperial Guardsmen advancing on forward. Does redeploy back the Chaos Sorcerer there with a pretty sizable cost penalty. And no Aspiring Champions on either of these Heretic squads. That's a little unusual. Oh, there's one there. Chaos Marines capture the central VP.
Reinforcements are here. Happy to be of service. Reinforcements are here.
And now do have the Heavy Weapons team and the Flamer squad and the Imperial Guard squad and the Lord Inquisitor now advancing on forward. Or just say everything, because that's everything. Khajiit Devils are being put on the field, and soon that will be not everything. We do know how the Chaos Sorcerer captured the left VP. There's soon to be a triple capture in favor of the Chaos Sorcerer. The Chaos Sorcerer is a bit behind the VPs. The Lord Inquisitor got a nice little lead.
I am ready.
Acadians are all
Flame Engineers advancing on forward, not Engineers. Flamer and Pure Guardsmen advancing on forward. Does get snared by these Heretic squad. He may need to fall back. We've seen quite a bit of damage, but he's going to stick around in melee. I wonder how effective the Sergeant is in melee. Probably not enough to make it worth fighting in melee. And is being pursued there. Now the Sergeant, all that remains with the squad over here. Got that engagement. Having that one squad still selected, so it's 50 health. Seeing some handgun fire. Heretic squad does fall back. Got the Lord Inquisitor getting a special attack there. And that one Imperial Guardsman squad does fall back and will get maximum reinforcements needed. Go to their cast there by the Chaos Sorcerer. Now I got the Khajiit Devil squad getting some damage there on the Chaos Sorcerer. And I think the Chaos Sorcerer is now fully retreating. Heretic squad advancing up north. Reinforcements down here, including by the Heavy Weapons team.
Sir, we're losing a power node.
I was wondering, occasionally this Decorator occasionally pops returns. I wonder,
We're here. Let's get to it.
does this? I don't even know what this building even does.
Upgrade order received. Proceeding.
I always wonder if there's a way. Can I do that? And then that would make it so Chaos Sorcerer Decorator returns. Stun grenades cast does get a good, or knockback grenades does get some good damage on the Imperial Guardsman. Does also get a model detonation there. This Heretic squad received quite a bit of damage there. Those Flamers did some good work. Got another Imperial Guardsman here, not upgraded with Flamer, and got the Heavy Weapons team also advancing on forward as well. Heavy Weapons team trying to set on up. Of course, some knockback grenades are probably still on cooldown. This Heretic squad captured at this point, and now the Heavy Weapons team is starting to fire. Doesn't get a whole lot of damage there. Do not got the Lord Inquisitor pushing forward. You got both players eyeing for tier 2. Imperial Guards receive quite a bit of damage right there. And that did actually revert back that Decorator. Perfect. So now if I know what to do to make that Decorator return, I may want to try a little bit more thoroughly next time.
These upgrades shall do.
Heavy weapons crew reporting in. You know we're ready. Power node is getting away from us. We just need to find an edge.
We now do have this Chaos Marine advancing along the left flank, but you also have the Heretic squad supporting them as well. Eyeing for some power generators. He does not have the Eternal War upgrade. The grenade should be decent versus these power generators. The assault rifles don't do half bad damage either. We now got the Lord Inquisitor, has upgraded the Rosarius, which is the use energy as shields ability. Good napalm strike there. Ooh, that was a good grenade launcher barrage. He knocks him back into the incendiary effect, getting some extra damage there. In fact, that Heretic Squad gets fully wiped out. That is a really good pick there. Chaos Sorcerer does teleport in, trying to tie up that heavy weapon scene up in melee. The Chaos Sorcerer has a large amount of requisitions stored up. He's eyeing for a fast tier 3. He does teleport away. Up here, we do have another Flaming Squad getting some good damage there onto the power generator. Good damage there onto those power generators. Does teleport forward, trying to type these Imperial Guards into melee. And now he's trying to get some sort of damage on it. It's hard to. It does get the power generator there with a move order. It does full withdrawal there. It does get a stun shot there into the Chaos Marines. They just switch way forward. Do now have a Chimera being put on the field. Looks like the Lord Inquisitor's eyeing to mount up.
That upgrade isn't complete yet. We have the target in hand, sir.
Now the central VP has been captured up. We do have another Chaos Sorcerer advancing forward, teleports forward. And we'll get some good damage there. Lord Inquisitor trying to get out the Inferno Pistol now. Could eventually get a stun there. Inferno Pistol is more of a general purpose, does melt damage. I can look at exact damage types a little bit later. Lord Inquisitor now falling it back. Grenade launcher barrage knocks back the Chaos Marines, and now got a literally full retreat coming up by the Chaos Sorcerer. He's getting out Chaos Dreadnought. He can't get out a Sarge in order to get a single melter gun for this Khajiit Devil. He could also perhaps use some red points in order to quickly spawn out some Stormtroopers as well. But he has no counter to the Chaos Dreadnought at the moment. And going for either Mark of Corrin or just keeping it unupgraded is probably a good idea. Inferno Pistol does melt damage, yes, so it does do good general purpose damage. Also grants some judgment ability, dealing heavy damage to a single target up to 300 judge shock damage. We do now have the Chaos Dreadnought advance forward, getting some damage on the Khajiit Devils, decides to knock back the other forces. And maybe will not be able to engage the Dreadnought, so they're able to engage everything else. And now got the heavy weapon scene. Oh wait, you can get the las cannon. I forgot about the heavy weapon scene. The heavy weapon scene has not been useful for the entire game, but now it will be useful. It's sort of interesting why he went for the Dreadnought when he knows this one has a heavy weapon scene. He knows that he must go and rely on the teleport. Oh, I don't see the jump icon, little indicator there on the Chaos Sorcerer. That may be a mistake, or it could be the bug with the Decorator, him going down. But he does have the teleport ability, so he can tie up the last cannon up in melee. Nor does he have an effective melee squad to engage Chaos Sorcerer, so maybe Ogryn wouldn't be that bad. Does find the demolition charge there, does take out the grenades and assault rifles, and does go ahead and engage the power generator. The Lord Inquisitor can engage the Dreadnought as well, has a melta-based weapon. Maybe a good idea not to pull out anything additional and go for tier 3. I think that's the judge ability there. Does get a stun shot. Nope, does not get a stun shot there. Ironcore moves order. Does get some damage. Lord Inquisitor may need to fall back. Does fall back now, see quite a bit of damage. Chimera advancing on forward, teleports forward, trying to get some more hits there on the Lord Inquisitor, but I think the Lord Inquisitor will be fine. We do have a napalm run there as well. Chimera needs to fall back. We've seen a bit too much fire there. These forces do fall back as well, and the Imperial Guardsmen here will torch all those generators. Maybe it'll deactivate point as well. Deactivate point will be quite handy in order to prevent any additional generators to be redeployed anytime soon. Once it destroys that, retreat. Does get a nice cast there from the Chaos Sorcerer. Will be falling back now. Should be able to skip out of there, but that's a lot of damage on the retreat. Khajiit Devils here. No Sarge upgrade, so no Melta Gun. He does have, was a power melee DPS. And the Khajiit Devils do have good melee. Does get a shotgun blast there, knocking back the Chaos Sorcerer. And now got the las cannon engaging the Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought does go ahead and go behind that wall there. And the The heavy weapon team does get tied up in melee. Needs a full withdrawal now. We're seeing a bit too much fire. Actually, no. The Chaos Sorcerer falls back. We're seeing too much fire from the Imperial Guards. They do have a plasma gun upgrade. Still no tier 3. She has plenty of resources for tier 3. I would say go for tier 3 and go for Lehman Russ.
We are under attack.
Or we got Plague Marines on the field, so either go for a Baneblade or Arcadian Carson squad. Both for a good possibility. So repair the Chimera there. And does roll a miss there, or hits the wrong target. If Weapon Team does get deployed out, Melta Plasma Gun seeing some decent damage versus the Plague Marines. It does have 4 reinforcements thanks to the nearby Chimera. You have the Eternal War upgrade onto those Chaos Marines. It may be a good idea for them to upgrade with Chain Axis, the Mortarborn variant. Because right now, Spawn's composition is a bit vulnerable to melee. Plague Marines does get another shot there. The Chimera has been repaired on up. It does withdraw there. May lose the heavy weapons team. Does lose the heavy weapons team there. Chimera's trying to back on off. Plague Marines can't push on forward quick enough there. Hidden Catch Devils have not been upgraded with the Sarge just yet. Chimera looks like we'll escape on out there. Now got some soldiers on field. I think she used some red points for that deployment. You're going for the Melta guns as well. Good grenade launcher barrage there.
You know we're ready. Right. Target in hand. We need all the help we can get.
Grenades are raining on in. We got the Catch Devils there. Does get a shotgun blast there. Knocks out the Plague Marines. Does not interrupt the capture. Melta guns are annihilating the Chaos Sorcerer. And does get a good special attack there to knock back them. Does take out the Chaos Lord. We'll see if I can do that trick again in order to get that Decorator return. Seeing how much the Chaos Sorcerer's upgrade, he's going to redeploy it. Chimera has been fully repaired. Stormtroopers now receiving some reinforcements. You got a demolition charge there, an IED. And now we do have the Plague Marine now seeing a bit of fire there. Chaos Marines advancing on forward. Got the Heretics expansion along the flank. And now the Imperial Guards have seen quite a bit of damage there. The grenade launchers from the Chaos Heretics are pretty effective there. Does get some missile launcher hits there. Advance forward, napalm run as well over here. This Heretic squad will be wiped out. And these ones are being all forced back.
Tech is at maximum capability.
Tier 3 now researched by the Lord Inquisitor as well.
200 points, sir.
The Chaos Horse is not going for his own tier 3. He's going to have to rely on this Heretic squad for repairs on the Chaos Dreadnought. And now we do have the Stormtroopers advance forward. They should be able to quickly destroy out more of these power generators. Yeah, right now, if you look here, the Chaos Horse has no energy. It may be a better idea to cancel the upgrade and go for another Chaos Dreadnought. Because right now, he's having trouble with his power generation because his opponent's done a great job of torching them all. Stormtroopers do fall back, and we do also got the Chaos Sorcerer falling on back as well. Chaos Sorcerer is at level 4 now. Level forward does get a small hit there on the Chimera. Melt of plasma guns advancing on forward, trying to get some good damage. Catch Devils are receiving quite a bit of damage there. Right now, just seeing capture in favor of the Imperial Guards. Catch Devils are falling back with minimal health. More grenades raining on in. Get some good damage there onto the Imperial Guardsmen. That is now a double capture in favor of the Imperial Guardsmen. The Imperial Guardsmen do have less VPs than the opponent, but that can quickly change. At this point, signed to be decaptured now.
A victory point is slipping away.
Let's see. The Lord Inquisitor does not have a lot of red points for a nuke. The Chaos Sorcerer is pushing enough points for a nuke. The Chaos Lord Inquisitor may want to just save up for Lehman Russ. She will probably have enough energy for a Baneblade, so the requisition is going to be a bit harder. And now we do have the Imperial Guardsmen falling on back. Lord Inquisitor advancing up forward. More grenades are raining on in. We do have the Chimera push its way forward. More grenades are raining on in. Grenade launcher barrage there knocks back the grenade launcher squad. Melta bomb does get thrown there. I'm going to have the stormtroopers up in melee. They're currently not auto firing since they have camouflage enabled. It does teleport away the dreadnought there, which will escape on there. Captain Devil Squad does have the Sarge upgrade. Severely wounded, down to 25% health with every single model still alive. They need a medic. Lord Inquisitor is captured at this point there. Since she's at tier 3 now, she does have some access to some powerful upgrades. The Lord Inquisitor may have some of the most powerful upgrades in the game, in my opinion. The Chaos Sorcerer, or Lord Inquisitor, the Chaos Sorcerer does also have a good upgrade as well for channel mind control. But the Lord Inquisitor has like Inquisitorial Mandate for invulnerability, Bergates for massive AoE. And I'm not exactly sure what any good primary weapons she has. I see the bolt pistol, in my opinion, is pretty good. The bolt pistol allows you to snare stuff, which can also be used to prevent Terminators from walking forward. The Inferno pistol is pretty good as well. Just good damage all around. I can't remember what her last upgrade is. Probably some sort of sword. Chimera is advancing on forward. Lord Inquisitor now falling back, and now do have a Leman Russ deployed on the field. The Lord Inquisitor may want to eye for more requisition points at this time, because she has plenty of power. And we do also have some Chaos Heretics being deployed on the field. An autocannon may be best to help hit the Leman Russ, the Chimera, and everything.
We have an edge for now.
I protect the Imperium.
Sir, we're losing a victory point out there.
The Central VP is starting to be decaptured. The Chaos Sorcerer does not have a whole lot of VPs remaining, but it has stabilized. My attack beacon's still there. Attack here. That actually works. Did I just remove it? Back here. There we go. Now we got a big glowing arrow. We do now have the Heretic Squad seeing a bit of fire there. Has been upgraded the autocannon. Very good. That will greatly improve his capability to take on the Chimera, as well as Leman Russ. Leman Russ could go for an Executioner cannon, making sure it won't be half bad as well. Lord Inquisitor is taking a lot of fire there. Knockback grenades does come forward as well. Let's get 2 squad of plasma guns here. Leman Russ advances forward, unupgraded. Does get the Melta bomb there. Now it's going to be targeting down the Dreadnought. Got these ones falling back. They're getting annihilated. The Flame Reef is doing some good damage there. And now we do got the Coruscating Flame. Not the Coruscating Flame there. The red ability, Creep Barrage. He lost both Imperial Guardsmen there. That's actually a sizable loss. Now he does not have access to repairs. He will need to get another Imperial Guardsman on the field or get a repair bunker.
Cannon upgrade underway.
Going for the Executioner cannon. Not eyeing for any Imperial Guardsmen for repairs just yet. We do now have the Chaos Terminators. They're still pretty healthy. Heretics and Chaos Marines advance along the flank. Executioner cannon pushing way forward, gets good damage. He's focused. Both those are posing a threat to Leman Russ. Leman Russ is taking irreparable damage at the moment. Action Devil spans forward, doesn't forget a grenade launcher barrage there, and completely whiffs onto the Plague Marines. Hasn't gone for Imperial Mandate onto the Lord Inquisitor, and the Captain Devil seems a bit too much fire there as well. Trying to force back the Plague Marines. Executioner cannon making its advance, but he can't sustain much more abuse there. Does drop another model there. Leman Russ is about to go down. Next volley from the autocannon could do some serious work there. Plague Marines. The Chaos Terminators do get the kill there. He really threw away that Leman Russ there. He had no source of repairs and went too aggressive with it. And you can see, just losing those 2 Imperial Guardsmen, the Lord Inquisitor is now disintegrating very quickly. Let's get this one captured up, eyeing for more power generator bashing. Right now, the Chaos Source is pretty close to getting out his Predator tank. It's probably a good idea to go for Predators rather than trying to save up for a... what's it called? A Great Unclean One.
Reporting enemy contact. Orders, sir.
And now these Quizzo Stormtroopers, there's a possibility he could be wiped. There's a lot of fire coming on the retreat. And now got the Chaos Source even taking time to teleport forward. Does get one quick model kill there. Of course, his VP will not be captured up, and there's a double capture there. If he would have got the triple capture, he would have, his opponent would have may have been knocked out of the game immediately. Lord Inquisitor needs to start decapturing this point there. Is he just giving up? I'm not sure what the Lord Inquisitor's doing. The VPs are decreasing far too rapidly.
I cannot be touched.
Sir, we are losing.
Now there's a triple capture. That's going to be game. I am not sure what he is doing. He doesn't realize how low his VPs are. Next tick, and he loses.
Failed our mission.
And that is the end of the replay. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yep, just losing those two Imperial Guardsmen doomed the Lord Inquisitor. I haven't fully ate my dinner yet, so in between these loading screens you may hear me eat a little bit. And there's a load screen done. Let's go for this one here. Oh yeah, I forget this map has, loading screen has a bunch of otters. Why? I'm trying to see what that says right there. Women want me fish, women want me fish near them. Near me? Seems a little bit broken, but... Greetings everyone, Andgrade here with another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. So on the bottom right side as the Chaos Lord, we have Aldo. This one on the top left side as the biggest and the strongest, we have Pax. We do have some shooters being plotted field, as well as some Chaos Marines, pretty standard. Heretics eyeing for the power point. We do have the Chaos Lord going straight for the central VP, or maybe it's going straight to the enemy. Warboss now capturing up this power point now. The Sluggers is eyeing for requisition. They're requisitioning some requisition. And now the Chaos Lord is going straight for the VPs. He's eyeing for an early VP game.
To our post, boss.
We do now have the Heretics capturing along the flanks. The requisition point being captured up as well. And now we have the Warboss advancing up north.
Ooh, we added to the post, boss.
Right now! Locked and loaded, boss. There's some boys.
Oh, here we do now have the Chaos Lord advancing forward, trying to engage the Warboss. Does get a good attack there, knocking back the Warboss, stopping him from capturing the point. Chaos Marines is getting some good damage on in. Looks like he's going to try to get what damage he can on the Chaos Marines. We do receive a hit there. Heretics advancing forward. The Warboss does have currently 920 health. The Chaos Lord does have an inherent 1000 health. Let's get a special attack there, but overall minimal damage dealt by the Warboss. The Warboss will fall back, will not like to get wiped out anytime soon. We now have the points over here being captured up by these Sluggers. And now this Chaos Lord is on to capture this point. You have some shooters here to shoot him up. Over here, do now got the Chaos Heretics capture some points now. Shooters falling on back.
Thingy up, boss.
And now there's two power generators now pulled out by the Warboss. Shooters engaging the Chaos Marine, getting some damage on in. However, the Chaos Marines now engage the shooters. Chaos Lord trying to type this squad of shooters. Now eyeing for this squad of shooters. Does get combat charge there. Does get one good swipe. Now the shooters just engaging onto the Chaos Lord. Do now have a squad of Noise Marines deployed on the field. Now a third power generator deployed out by the War Boss, and he does have some wood as well. Looks like the War Boss is heavily going for a lot of power and units on the field. He's been doing a good job balancing out his resources. Over here, we just only have one power generator, make that now 2. Chaos Marines falling him back, so we've seen a bit of fire there.
Generator right, sparking now, boss. Working on that gear up, boss.
We got some Noise Marines knocking back the Burnas. Now I got the Chaos Lord and the Chaos X trying to engage them up. Noise Marines do fall back nice and early.
Them Chaos boys are on us good.
Shooters face forward with some big shooters. The Luda is already set up with his Death Gun.
Just a green smear now, boss.
Burna's now drawing into these forces there. He does get some bit of suppression there. If he's able to suppress these forces, the Burners can get some great damage to these power generators, but right now the Burner squad needs to fall back. This is too many losses there, so can't rely on the flamethrowers in order to burn these power generators. Chaos Marines and Noise Marines could advance on forward. We also have now the War Boss in this region. Does see a bit of fire there. Power generator does go down there. Does get knockbacks down the War Boss there, preventing him from advancing. Another power generator being pulled on the field. We got 2 squads of big shooters advancing on forward. And now the War Boss does fall back there. Luda getting some good damage on the point. Noise Marines push right forward along with the Chaos Lord. Does get a good volley there. And we'll go ahead and get some good damage onto these forces. Tying up a melee at range. Got also a Havoc squad deployed out as well, so it looks like the Chaos Lord is eyeing for a lot of heavy weapons teams. We do now have all of the Orc forces falling back. We got the Heretics on the tree path. May get some good slice there. May want to hit this shooter squad. It does get a full wipe there on the shooters. In fact, both of those Slugger went down as well. I think these, yeah, there's a Slugger squad. Those 2 models that went down this Heretic. So this Heretic squad wiped out 2 squads. Great play there.
Generators under attack.
War Boss heading down south. We do now have these power generators being bashed by the noise. And now we do have the War Boss advance on forward. He does redeploy a Slugger squad. He perhaps could have saved out on it in case the Slugger squads don't really pan out in the long run, in my opinion. They don't scale as well. That's just my opinion. Here the squad see a bit of damage there. War Boss now forced back the Noise Marines. Now got a squad of Storm Boys in the field. They are jumpy and also choppy infantry in order to gauge those Havocs as well as Noise Marines. They have 2 good targets for them to gauge.
Getting a power thingy up, boss.
Rook's VP will be captured on up, down south, or down the middle. We've got the Chaos Lord advancing on forward. That Chaos Lord's receiving quite a bit of fire there.
We's tangled up proper.
Chaos Lord does fall back there.
Generator right, sparking now, boss. The enemy's taken one of our requisition points.
Chaos Heretics are captured that requisition point.
Thingy up, boss.
And now we got the Havoc squad sitting on up. Got the Storm Boys jumping on in, trying to tie up the Havoc squad there. And does go ahead and force them back there. The Havoc squad does get fully wiped out there. Great work by the Storm Boys. Death Gun set on up, suppressing down the Heretic squad, preventing these forces advancing forward as well, able to cover the retreat of the Storm Boys, and didn't drop a single model. They're severely wounded. They perhaps need to talk to the Pain Boy to get some more Git sauce into them. But they were still alive. We do now have the War Boss seeing a bit of fire there. Trying to pursue the Noise Marine first. Does get the knockbacks there as well. And look at that. It's not probably being knocked back there, just pumping the ground. Cruise advance forward with the Luda. Trying to get some more gen bashing. And we do have now this Burner squad advancing on the flank again. Trying to capture that point there. Do got the Chaos Lord in this region. Maybe going to engage the Burner Squad. The Chaos Lord has not been upgraded of anything just yet. We've now got the Knob Leader there onto the Shooter Squad. Got War Boss has not been upgraded of anything either. We got Tier 2 now being pulled up by the Chaos Lord. Tier 2 just now being started by the War Boss. And now that War Boss does fall back there, severely wounded. Stormboy's facing forward, not really fully healed up. Pretty far from it. It does push him forward, does get the snare there. Got the Chaos Marines see a bit of fire there, does receive a jump. Noise Marines do not go down there. Heretics squads, everything does fall back there. I think that full retreat was oops. Because I was wondering about that full retreat. And it was a misclick there. Blood Crusher not being pulled on the field. I'm not sure what this conversation is telling me about. You lost. He's saying useless. Maybe they're referring to a squad that's useless. Chaos Lord does go down. A lot of Crushers on the way. Header Squad receiving a fire there. Chaos Marines in the region. Blood Crusher now making his advance. Trying to engage the Storm Boys there. Storm Boys trying to decapture the power point. Got triple capture in favor of the Orcs. And now got him trying to pursue the Luda. Luda's down to one last model there. He may want to keep this alive so it can be upgraded with a Beamy Death Gun. War Boss advance them forward. And those of the Blood Crusher will maybe try to pursue them all the way back into base. Chaos Lord trying to type the Chaos Marines in melee. We'll get attacked there. If it's Pax, it's because the Chaos Lord is useless. Isn't the Chaos Lord one of the most effective heroes, though? It seems like most of the time I see the Chaos Lord really doing well. Like, he's tanky, he's strong, but people don't think he is all that great.
The boys need themselves a knob, they do.
We do now the Blood Crusher falling him back. He does not wipe up the Luda squad.
We got enough to lead us, boys. Wonderful. We shooters ready, boss.
Does get knocked back there onto the Slugger. So does Pax not rate the Chaos Lord himself very highly? Or is there something I'm missing? Is he referring to something different? Do now the Blood Crusher receive a bit of fire there. Does fall back. Receive a lot of fire there. The Storm Boys does have the Knob Leader there, so does have access to the heavy melee weapon on the Knob Leader. Does get the Ritual there to get some good health regen. We got another tank busters pushing way forward. We got the shooters pushing way forward as well. War Boss does have the boss pole, which signifies as the biggest and the strongest. Blood Crusher now charging forward, still a bit wounded there. We'll get the ritual there for extra health regen. We'll see a good volley there from the tank busters. And we'll see more fire from the tank buster there. Does go and charge away, which will knock back those forces there. We see more tank buster fire that needs to continue falling back. Storm Boys do jump on over there. Stuns nearby forces as well. Heretics not in the region there to provide any rituals for some good health regen. Blood Crusher down to 29 health. 25, 19, 14, 9, 8. And the ritual there is actually getting some good health regen. Jumps on forward, does jump away. Blood Crusher is getting some good health regen as well. So he does save the Blood Crusher. Barely, but he did. Chaos Marines have an upgrade of the Aspiring Champion Leader. We now got the Slugger Squad engaged in the Heretic Squad. We got the Noise Marines engaged as well. We got Temporary Bloodletters as well. And now we've got the Burner Squad falling them back. will fall back. Has been hit by some sort of global ability there. I see that little blue, whatchamacallit, horror effect.
Ready for action.
Chaos Lord has seen a bit of fire there on the Shudas. Got the Tank Buster seeing a bit of fire as well. Now I got the blind ability that being cast, or was cast on in there. Or is still being active. Yeah, I can see the whole circle there. It's still active, even though I don't see the animation effect. I think. Or maybe I'm just going crazy. Probably both. The squad is sneaky. Will spot everything. Tank Buster is going to get a shot there. Does spot the Luda squad with flank. The Spartan champion is a camouflage revealer. Shooters push way forward as well. May want to use the suppressive fire ability on that squad there. Blood Crusher does get some good knockbacks there. Does get a bit of charge and knock back those Storm Boys well. Blood Crusher needs to fall back. See a bit too much fire there. Shooters falling back. Does activate the ritual there, giving some health regen as well as some other combat benefits. This is Corn. Bloodless push teleport forward as well. The nails from the models there, but does the Storm Boys do fall back in time?
Where's me squig ointment?
Hey, where's losing that?
And now the Tank Buster falls back. Or not falls back, still running away. I would assume he will fall back away from the blood letters. They're trying to set him up. Of course, the blood letters could just teleport forward. And now we do have the Xenos, or not Xenos Power Claw, there's just the Power Claw, a heavy melee weapon. We've also got the Cyborg implants. Need some 200 health regen, upgrades the Stomp to the Big Stomp. Chaos Lord has been upgraded with now the Mantle of Hate, giving the Drain Life ability, as well as some health and health regen. Drain Life is a single target stun, which also gives him steals some health. Does get some good damage to the Knob. The Knob itself will goes down. That's actually a pretty good cast there by the Chaos Lord. And apparently the sniper, Chaos Lord is now also a sniper. You now have the Storm Boys being knocked back there by the Norse Marines. The Blood Lords also being knocked back. The Blood Crusher does not get knocked back. There's a nearby ritual there. These demons will receive extra health regen. We do now have the Mech Death Dread now being pulled on view with the Burn and Blitz upgrade. Chaos Blood Crusher does go down there. I think he used the terror screen there to prevent death animation. Blood Letters does fall back there. Blood Letters see quite a bit of damage there. Needs to fall back. A couple models there. Does use a vulnerability ability. And now we have the Heretics falling back as well. He should be able to skip on it. No, Storm Boys are jumping on in. He may be able to suicide some models in as well. The Overload Explosives. We may see the Overload Explosives. If Overload and does not take up the Blood Letter. And now the Power Node is seeing a bit of damage there. We do now also have the okay, yes, still mentioned that he has Mantle of Hate. Slugger Squad getting hit there. Heretic Squad may want to fall back sooner rather than later. We've got temporary Blood Letters in this mix as well. I see a lot of explosions from the Chaos Heretics. The Slugger Squad does fall back as well. Spend a bit of red points with the temporary Blood Letters. They're going to try to pursue them back to base. This powerful node does get activated. No additional power generators here as well. And I think he just wiped out a squad there. Maybe that was just the Blood Letters fading away. Blood Letters pushing way forward. Teleports forward. Trying to hit that Lunar squad. We got the Chaos Lord over here as well. Currently just level 2. Almost level 3. Death Dread does some good hits there. Plague Marines on point field. Just going to get hit. He maybe on-shit those Noise Marines. They do not. Chaos Heretics does detonate with the Mauls there. Plague Marines able to fire with impunity. Chaos Lord falling back as well. We do now also have the Shooters there as well. Storm Boys seem to fight. I think the Noblier went down. Let's fall back 3 major models there. Plague Marines does get some good shots there. Bloodletters are down 1 model as well. Trying to tie up that Death Dread up in melee. Does get a good hit there, the missile launcher. And the Death Dread does go down. With the Chaos Lord, I don't see the Decorator icon anymore, so let me try this again. So if I were to go like this, And then back. Yep, decorator icon returns. Perfect. Now I know a way to fix that. It's so annoying if I can't tell if they're retreating. We got the stomp there, or should I say the big stomp.
The boys need themselves a
This central VP has been captured by the war boss. Does get this war boss or stunned there, or chain knocked back. Luda's fancy forward gains a good suppression there onto the Noise Marines. Slugger's fancy forward, or Shooter's fancy forward as well. Bloodless do fall back. Ritual has been activated there.
that'll learn 'em. We's adding to the war, but the other side's got 100 points left.
Luna now engaging, suppressing, and getting some good damage on the Noise Marine. Jumps forwards there. Maybe we get some more hits there on that Noise Marine. Does not. Just trying to hit the Heretic Squad. Doesn't need one of the models there. And now the Storm Boys are falling on back. Got the Luda Squad against a bit damage over here. Temporary bloodletters are pushing their way forward. Heretics are seeing the damage here. Does activate Ritual there. Only has one Heretic left besides the Spartan Champion. We now got the Luda here. Firing away. No Combi Flamer. Noise Marines now do the knockback there. Knocking back the War Boss, who just more or less just been knocking back on himself. We now got tier 3 by the War Boss. We got now the Chaos Dreadnought for the Chaos Lord. Bloodletters push way forward, does use the Drain Life ability there, very nice. Gets some good damage onto them. Storm Boys push way forward, gains some good damage on the Chaos Marines. The Heretic Squad needs to fall back. Big Stomp was activated there. Chaos Heretic down to 55 health. Got names from the model there, only gets down to 11 and was unsuccessful. Get some damage there on the tree. Burn is pushing forward. These Chaos Lords are quite damaged, and the Floater's not doing all too great as well. Shooter's engaging out range, very nice. He's going for the Plague Marines first, looks like. Does do another Drain Life ability there. And looks like another Nob Leader does go down for the Sluggers. Chaos are not pulling the field. He still has Tank Busters alive on the field. There's Tank Busters there. Those lose that Slugger Squad, so you may want to eye for something that does not take repairs, such as knobs or flash kits. He could eye save up for Daisy though. He does have quite a bit of power at the moment, enough for Daisy, so he may go for Daisy. We got the Predator tank, which is or Luda tank, which is not Daisy. Let's call him Frank. We do not have the VP now being captured up by the Chaos Marines. And this PowerPoint is being captured by the Heretics as well. This PowerPoint is currently captured up by the Orcs, but this requisition point there does have the full 30 requisition. It is captured by the Chaos Lord, which does give him some extra requisition to work with. He's very low on energy. In fact, he's not getting any energy. He does cancel Frank, the Luda tank, and he is going for some flash kits. And the Noise Marines will be falling on back. We do now have the Mortar Barrage raining on in, getting some good damage there onto the Chaos Dreadnought. And he's going soft retreat with there. We do got the Heretic Squad getting some repairs. Got 2 squad of Heretics there trying to get some repairs on the Chaos Dreadnought.
Good idea.
Let's get a bit of damage there onto the Chaos Dreadnought with those Tank Busters. Find another volley there as well. Like Marines are falling back there. See the damage. Chaos Dreadnought still is firing away with his autocannon. Does get some good hits there as well. It does actually a ritual to make these guys, like Marines, go faster. War Boss pushing forward. He could be upgraded to heavy armor as well to get a lot of extra health. Another Tank Buster hits there. Ritual still activated. Does use Drain Life as well. And now that Chaos War Boss will go down. Poison Marines do fall back. And now do got another squad, a squad of Havocs. And maybe Ironfall Las Cannon. I heard see something. Oh, we do have now the Chain Axe upgrade on the Chaos Marines. We do have now. Wait. Oh, that's Knob Squad, not Flash Gits. I thought it was Flash Gits. It was actually Knobs. My apologies. Now Knob Squad deploying field. Did he cancel the Chain Axe? As much as I like that upgrade against Knobs, probably not that great. He could go with Aspiring Champion. The Aspiring Champion does have a Melta pistol, which I don't know how important that is. Now got a lot of melee forces here. Got the, of course, the Bloodletters and the Chain Axes. The Chaos Dreadnought seeing a bit of fire there as well. More Tank Buster hits raining on in. The Knob Squad is receiving quite a bit of damage. It does fall back. He's receiving a lot of fire there. He may actually get fully wiped out. There's a lot of melee force here. Knob Squad will escape on out with at least 300 health. And now the Stormboard is seeing a bit of damage as well. Knob Leader does go down once again. Needs a full withdrawal of that squad. And Chaos Dreadnought does go down to the Tank Buster. And it looks like Red is actually running out of VPs very quickly. Overall, the Orcs played the VP game very well. Even though overall it felt like the Chaos Lord had pretty good control of the map of the game, he just simply didn't win the VP game. It's Angrid saying, thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Gonna stretch out my legs. Let's see now. How's this one here? And just did one of him, so let's not do him. Let's do this one. Got a couple lower ranking players, or at least army levels, which doesn't necessarily mean much. There we go. Sorry, I had to stretch out my back and legs. And of course, the music's not playing because I failed to do the trick to make sure the music plays. Because I'm an idiot. Back out, let the music play, and that will allow me to play the replay with the music. Let's load in. I just want to check one thing over here. Scrolling down on my OBS stream so I can see how many viewers are on YouTube. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn on the south side as the Lord General of MSW. Spawn on the north side as the Hive Tyrant. We have Dawn's Elite. We also got some Termagants being pulled on the field as Sentinel as well. Pretty standard so far.
You know we're ready.
Both players can have access to a lot of light units early on. So the Hive Tyrant, of course, can pull out some more heavy infantry early, such as the Ravener Brood and the Warrior Brood. When it comes to Termagants and Hormagaunts, as well as Imperial Guardsmen, they're all very vulnerable to high explosives.
Commander here. Ready and able.
A power node. Roger.
2 Termagants now on the field. We've also got the Sentinel as well. If you keep the Sentinel alive, so in order to get the missile launcher upgrade, that can be incredibly effective, but that does provide some good, steady, long-range AoE damage. We do now got the Termagant squad being forced on back. Hive Tyrant now seeing a bit of last cannon fire. Termagant's pushing way forward, trying to gauge that Sentinel now. The Sentinel does soft retreat away, not liking a hard retreat. Imperial Guardsmen either captured these for the flank, got the Hormagant squad as well.
Message received.
We do now have the Hive Tyrant receiving the fire there.
Generator coming up.
This better not slow me down.
And now do got the Stomp upgrade. Sentinel now receiving a bit of fire there. Lord General advancing forward. I'm going to go engage in melee combat. He has a sword. He's going to use the sword. At this point now, capturing up. We have this Sentinel being paired up by the Imperial Guardsman. And the Lord General will be capturing up that requisition point himself. Hive Tyrant is claiming a power point. And now we've got this Termagant squad advancing forward, trying to get some damage. We do not have a Warrior Brood being deployed on the field. Imperial Guardsman here does fall back. He does not have such an upgrade on either of these squads at the moment. The only cost requisition is generally a good upgrade to get. It will improve the health, damage, and reduce the reinforcement costs of your units, assuming you lose more than one model before falling back. Termagant squad does fall back to both Termagant squads in this region. Warrior Brood, is it being upgraded if anything at the moment? Nothing at the moment. And the Hive Tyrant does force back the Lord General.
That's a strategic point for us, sir. Generator coming up.
Imperial Guardsman advancing on forward, getting some good repairs there onto the Sentinel. Hive Tyrant has seen a bit of fire there. Imperial Guardsman now seeing some slices as well. The Sentinel may not be able to knock back the Hive Tyrant, but he can go ahead and stomp to get a stun there. Does get a nice stun there. Imperial Guardsman now firing as well, and the Hive Tyrant does fall back. Got the Hormagant squad. Falls back immediately as well. Imperial Guardsman capturing up that power point as well. Flamer advancing forward. And the Flamer can do some decent damage for these lighter units. This does do some decent AoE damage. That's going right straight for the Synapse Generators. There's one Synapse Generator deployed on the field. You can quickly torch it down. The Sentinel his stomp may be on off cooldown, not sure. If it's on off cooldown, probably would have charged it. Now eyeing for the Synapse Generator. And now we've got this Imperial Guardsman and a heavy weapons team along the flank. And it wasn't Imperial Guardsman, it was the Lord General. Gets good damage there on the generator. Does get stomped there. Misses entirely, but does get Synapse Generator and does fall back.
Our advantage is slight.
Heavy weapons team setting up the flank, very nice.
Disgusting these things.
And the Warrior Brood has been upgraded, the Barbed Strangler.
Let's do it.
Requisition point acquired.
The requisition point's in trouble.
Our node being decaptured.
Commander here.
VP being decaptured as well. The VPs are very, very similar. Lord General still... Oh, no, wait, it's 444, not 464. So he's slightly behind. Sentinel now gains some damage on the Hormagant squad. He soft trees away with it. Lord General now seeing quite a bit of damage there. He needs to fall back. Does fall back in time. And now the Sentinel receives some repairs. We do now have the heavy weapons team pushing forward. Gets good suppression on these forces. He does get some shots there as well. Sentinel now receiving a bit of fire there. Imperial Guardsman pushing forward to his system. There's the Flamer squad here. The Hormagant squad is trying to advance forward. Let's get a great stomp there. And that Hormagant squad is actually prone to being wiped out. There's a lot of Imperial Guardsmen to get some good torch damage. He still does not have a sergeant in either of these squads. We now have the Heavy Whip or Cadgen Devil squad now advancing forward. And we also now have a Ravener Brood deployed on the field. So both players have brought out 5 units. Now the Ravener Brood is falling on back. Trying to push way forward, gets some good damage there. Did he get a shotgun blast on top of the Synapse Generator? I saw an explosion effect there like it was a grenade effect. I think he may have actually threw the shotgun blast on top of it. He does fall back to these forces. Sentinel is running away as well. Needs some repairs. We now have this Hive Tyrant getting in the way. Does get a good stun hit there as one of the Hormagants. He's stuck trying to run away. Lord General has not been upgraded of anything at the moment. Nor has the Hive Tyrant has been upgraded to Warp Field, which grants him access to a shield generator. Uses energy as shields. Very nice. Sentinel gets some damage there, but may want to fall back a little bit more to get repairs.
So the generator is online.
Another generator deployed on the field. We got this heavy weapons team deployed on out.
A victory point is slipping away. A power node. Roger. That's a critical spot.
BP has been decaptured. Sentinel's not fully repaired. And the Ravener Brood is seeing a bit of fire there. Nothing too significant at the moment. We've got a big flank over here. Lord General's about to get overran. Flamer Squad trying to go for the Synapse Generator. Oops, I hit my microphone. And now we do have the Lord General now falling back. Flamer Squad does fall back as well.
Upgrade order received. Proceeding. Sir, power node's been targeted.
We've captured the location.
BP has been recaptured. We've got now the Hive Tyrant hacking apart this power node.
Ravener's strike.
Does get a good knockback there with the Catachan Devils.
Their advantage is
Sentinel advances forward with Imperial Guardsmen. Catachan Devils are advancing along the, or falling back along the flank. Got now the Lord General pushing forward, trying to get some good melee hits there onto the Warrior Brood. We have the Warrior Brood and melee, got the heavy weapons team here as well. Does lose a model there, knocking back some of those forces. It does get a bit suppressed there. Heavy weapons team is still set on up, has not redeployed. It's great damage there. Both the Termicon squads do fall back. The Ravener Brood does jump on forward, does receive a stomp there by the Sentinel. And he will fall back to both Guardian or the heavy weapons team and
Sir, we're
the
losing a victory point out
Sentinel. Imperial Catachan Devils do fall back as well along the flank.
there. Yes. Sir, reporting
And the Flamers will go ahead and decapture that power node. Hormagaunts falling back. I now have the Lord General falling back as well.
reporting damage to structure. Won't be long, sir. That upgrade isn't complete yet. Now we've got a chance.
Sentinel pushes his way forward. Do now the Chimera being pulled on the field. I'm a bit of mounted play. Here comes against good repairs there. Hormagaunts do get a nice stomp. Catachan Devils may go for grenade launcher barrage there. Does go shotgun blast. They've been getting some great suppression. All these squads there. Hormagaun squad does fall back there. Ravener is in the middle of everything. Grenade launcher barrage there does rain on in. Ravener is trying to get melee hits there onto the Sentinel. Catachan Devils getting some good damage onto that Warrior Brood. Does receive good suppression in return. Hydrank could use energy as health. Chimera now pulled on the field. Everyone seems to be firing away. He will get overrun by the Hive Tyrant, does fall back. Right now the
Away from us.
Hive Tyrant does have plenty DPs, his opponent does not. We now have a Venom Brood being pulled on the field. And now we do have the Hive Tyrant receiving quite a bit of damage there. So it's going to mount up with the Lord General, getting those pinto mounts firing. Hive Tyrant having been trouble hitting this. Now the Hive Tyrant's falling back. We're now seeing a bit of a broadside onto these Ravener Brood. Now here, Jeff, we do now the Imperial Guardsmen see a bit of damage as well.
Can't see through these plants.
We do now the Warrior Brood see a bit of fire there. Got the Chimera engaging as well. Sentinel see a bit of fire there. We do now the Catachan Devils receive a bit of damage as well. Ravener Brood receive a bit of damage. The Pillar Tyrant does go down. May see a stomp here. It's not maybe on cooldown. Catachan Devil squad does get a good grenade launcher barrage there. Barb Strangler does get a good hit there on the Catachan Devil squad. We've got the Flamer, it's getting some damage as well. One of the Warrior Broods do fall back and drop the model there. Sentinel now getting some repairs up. The head weapon scene now being upgraded for the rare Autokin upgrade.
We're losing a
Venom
requisition
Brood
point.
has been going around capturing the flanks. He has received a bit of damage there. Has been looking at the ranged synapse as well.
Now we've got a chance. You That's a critical spot, no doubt.
Imperial Guardsmen now swapping up the flamer from plasma guns. Very nice. And now we do have the Hive Tyrant receiving a bit of damage there. There's a lot of garrisons here, which the Imperial Guards is going to be utilizing one of them. Lord General does get suppressed there. Catching those lanes on the flank with the Sarge upgrade. Autocannon firing away against these forces. Needs some damage there. Catching Devil's Sword, sleeping to fire there. Grenade launch barrage there onto the Venom Brood. And now we've got the Rav or Warrior Brood tying up the autocannon as well as hitting the Sentinel. Imperial Guardsmen receiving a bit of damage there from inside the garrison. This is an anti-garrison weapon as well. It's not very good for his vehicles, but it is effective for garrisons and structures.
We're in the middle of upgrades.
Lord General does have enough resources to tech up. Maybe a good idea from the tech up. Yeah, it's 150, isn't it? Oh, does go for some stormtroopers instead. And currently right now, overcharged hotshot las guns wouldn't be half bad. Autocannon setting on up. I always feel like autocannon just doesn't do enough damage. It does long range consistent damage. It does have some decent range as well. I feel like this doesn't do enough in my opinion. Ravener Brood may go down to 7 health. Doesn't see any additional shotgun blast there, so he actually does escape out of there. Autocannon does get a good damage on the Termagants. And now do you have the Warrior Brood and the Termagants now engaging. Warrior Brood has seen quite a bit of damage, does fall back now. Warrior Brood does manage to escape out of there. Termagant squad does fall back as well.
We have the requisition point, sir.
And Termagant squad will fall back. We've got the Venom Brood, Ravener squad, and a Termagant squad here. It's good damage there. The Chimera's being ripped apart. Venom Brood may be able to finish it off there. And does Ravener Brood time for some melee hits there? May want to go for a regular barrage down to 9 health. I think a regular volley of needles could potentially take it out. He's trying to get some charges there to take out that Chimera there. Does get a melee hit there and does go down. We got a melta bomb there onto the Tyrant Guard, and he does have melta guns upgraded onto this Stormtroopers. Does drop a model there. Cracker missiles are engaging. Got an artillery barrage, a creeping barrage. Got a bit of damage there on the Lord General. And now the Catching Devils is getting suppressed there. We got the Termagants engaged along the flanks. More missile launcher hits there onto the Tyrant Guard. Is receiving some repairs from the Imperial Guards. Does roll a hit or miss there. He has a hold down to get some repairs. There's a side explosive there. Hit the Imperial Termagants. Imperial Guards should be able to deal with the Termagants. So they are behind a bit of heavy cover there. Ravener Brood now advancing on forward. Now we do have Tier 3 being researched by the Lord General. Ravener Brood receiving a bit of fire there. It does fall back. Melta guns, 24 against big damage there. Does take out a couple models. Getting some hits there onto the Tyrant Guard. Got a capillary tower going up. And does soft retreat away. And now actually melee hitting. He's actually has the melee order enabled. That's not what you want to do. Still haven't, and there goes the Tyrant Guard. Autocannon now engaged against the Warrior Brood. Does drop a model there. Does get suppressed there. Warrior Brood now trying to tie up these squad of melee. Does tie up with melee there. Does need to fall back. We're seeing knockback there. Mace to the stomp. Stomp does perform one of the Warrior Broods there. You now have a heavy turret supplying field. Warrior Brood severely damaged there. You also now have Wait, did that autocannon get reinforced? So it didn't never drop a model there. It actually never dropped a model. I thought it dropped like 3 models, but apparently not even one.
Stormtroopers
Hive Tyrant
reporting
has
ready.
gone down over here. And now I do have the heavy turrets here. That would be hard for him to break right now. So the Warrior Brood with the Barbed Strangler does do bonus damage to buildings. We've got Venom Brews as well. He has lost the Hormagaunts, minor loss. And the Stormtroopers do fall back. They have seen quite a bit of damage there. The melta guns are going to still be effective. They're a general purpose weapon.
Important things to do.
It does to capture that power point. Another Tyrant Guard here. The Lord General has plenty of resources to take it on. Got the melta guns, the autocannon, and the Lord General himself could be upgraded to melta guns as well.
Has been dismantled.
Sentinels also have the craftiness there. That was completely horrendous miss there by the Sentinel. Let's get the Larva Bug. And now, is that a Valkyrie run or is that a Creeper Barrage? It's a Creeper Barrage. Getting some good knockbacks on these forces. Also some generally good damage. Lord General does see a bit of suppression there. These forces receive some good damage and, of course, does get stalled out.
Have us here, sir.
The Lord General is down to minimal VPs. He has to make sure this point's being decaptured. He needs to either decapture this point really soon. Stormtroopers advancing forward without the hotshot lasguns. Don't have a grenade to clear up this area. And this area is receiving a lot of damage. We do have the autocannon firing away. And is decapturing this point now. He should be able to decapture in time. He can lose 1 or 2 VPs, though not ideal. Sentinel has gone down, however. Heavy turret's still here. He can upgrade the Executioner turret if he so chooses. He does hit some of these tank traps there. Oof. A lot of hits there on those tank traps. Imperial Guards advancing around will be forced back. Leman Russ, the plow of red points. He's not waiting around in order to build one. He needs one out in the field immediately because he doesn't have a lot of VPs. Warrior Brood advance forward does see a nice hit there. We're going to try to tie it up in melee. Now seeing some melee hits there. He does have a bit of health to work with. In North, the Warrior knows I need to capture that VP. Tyrant Guard advancing forward. I can withstand a bit of abuse there. Autocannon firing away. Tyrant Guard does have 2,500 health as opposed to the Leman Russ's 1,200. Autocannon gets me on the Venom Brood. He has 2 Venom Broods on the field as well. Imperial Guards getting some great damage there. That VP over on the left side has been decaptured. And now the Lord General is trying to tie him up on melee. Autocannon does fall back there. Tyrant Guard may need to fall back. We do now have the Hive Tyrant flood on the field. See, now getting some repairs. Venom Brood does fall back there. Leman Russ can't get some good damage there. We do now have the Venom canopy applied by the Hive Tyrant. When he sees that, he may need to tie up the Hive Tyrant up in melee. Venom canopy has not pulling field. Leman Russ may receive some deadly hits there. And gets to get a burst there. And next volley should be able to take up the Leman Russ. And does take up the Leman Russ. This VP has been recaptured. Lord General is receiving quite a bit of damage there from the Venom Brood. Heavy turrets having trouble firing at this close range. And the Lord General will go down.
Top priority. Understood.
The VP actually was captured by the Lord General. He actually, that's why he's so low in health. He was actually capturing the VP in the middle of all that. We do now have another heavy turret being put on the field. He needs to retarget towards the Warrior Brood. Now he's retargeting the Warrior Brood there, getting some damage. All he needs to do is stop the decapture. Venom Cannon getting some good damage there. Hive Tyrant still has plenty of health. He does use his energy there. Big Guards pushing way forward. Edge levels do fall back there. The Stormtroopers have gone down. Venom Warrior Brood falling back. Rolls a miss there. Hive Tyrant facing forward. He does have plenty of health to work with. Imperial Guards engaged behind the carcass of the Leman Russ.
We are under attack.
Does force him back there. Autocannon push way over here. Trying to tie up the, he's just trying to get hits there, but he's getting stuck in melee. Autocannon gets hits there onto the Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrant's down to minimal health.
We have a target.
He's having trouble there. He's just, and does go down. I think he was getting tied up his unit was trying to go in the melee since he was at point blank. I'm not so sure. That's just my hypothesis. Red is capturing this point there. That's soon it's going to be a temporary double capture. If you're having trouble with the attack,
They may have us here,
it's trying to go to melee, not range attack. So I think it was trying to go forward and hack it down. And like I said beforehand, you got a single capture against the Lord General. Not a lot of VPs. Another heavy turret being put on the field. Does get some suppression there. Great hit there by the heavy turret onto the Hormigons. He does have a bit of red points to work with. Maybe just going for mass heavy turrets is all it needs to do. Does force these guys back. Imperial Guardsmen do get forced back. There's two Venom Spitter Venom Brutes here. Actually, only one that's upgraded the Death Spitters. We're gonna lose his power generators. He probably has enough power for the rest of the game. It's probably both players plenty of power for probably the rest of the game. Lord General doesn't have time to collect up more powers, so he has to deploy anything he can. Let's get a grenade launcher barrage there by the Catching Devils there. Needs to focus on the Death Spitters, signing them up in melee. Imperial Guardsmen advancing forward as well. Now he has two squads to be captured at this point. May just want to send one, send the other ones back over here.
You know we're ready.
Imperial Guardsman does spot this. Autocannon trying to set him up. The heavy turret should be able to rotate around and hit this, right? I guess not. Autocannon gets some good hits there. You can use a creeping barrage. This heavy turret can engage over here. Now it's getting attrition down, and maybe a good time for the creeping barrage. He has plenty of resources as well. He may want to pull out another emergency Lehman Russ. He does not have time to go for a Bane Blade, though he does have double capture, soon to be triple capture in his favor. Warrior Brute does fall back, heavy turret rotating around, hitting the Warrior Brute upon retreat. We got this Tyrant Guard being pushed forward, and that can hit that heavy turret. It's durable enough to smash in the heavy turret.
Is that it, sir?
Triple capture in his favor, nothing threatening into points. This is exactly what the Lord General needs to get into this game. He does use red points to pull out Lehman Russ, as I say that's a good idea. He probably doesn't have time to deploy out Lehman Russ's normal way. If turret does go down there, he needs to fall back with this autocannon. He needs to prepare a defense around this heavy turret. The Capillary Tower is probably a good idea. He needs to get ready for a creeping barrage in this area as well. I don't know the exact red points for it. Lehman Russ getting hit by the Death Spitters, the Venom Brute here as well, with the regular Venom cannons. Heavy turret firing away. Iron Guard against good damage. Lord General engaging melee. Heavy turret still firing away, supporting, getting some good hits there on the Tyrant Guard. Lord General will receive a bit of fire there, and the heavy turret will go down. In fact, he is not decaptured at this point. He's now decapturing it now. He lost a lot of VPs thanks to that. More there in the Tyrant Guard. Imperial Guardsman advance forward. Let's get the Venom, the something grub there. Autocannon gets good hits there onto the Tyrant Guard. The Lehman Russ gets good repairs. He having trouble targeting down that Tyrant Guard. Venom Brute's supposed to put to it. Tyrant Guard's down to 0 health now. He needs to call it anything. That point will be captured up. He does not have enough VPs to take it around. Does have the Catch Devils to try and head for this VP. They can get easily overwhelmed. Got the Barb Strangler there. Does get suppressed. This may be the end of the game. The Lord General needs to start decapturing this point immediately. You also have now the Capillary Tower and a Brood Nest here. Catching Devil Squad does fall back there. Execution turret on the field, which will create some great damage, AoE damage on these forces. VP's need to capture. I think he will decapture in time. Autocannon just needs to be able to move forward. And does decapture the point in time. Down to 3 VPs. Execution Cannon getting some great AoE damage, annihilating everything. He's just down to a single Venom Brood. Holy crap. This Lehman Russ did some great work. VP capture on up.
Capture.
And I don't see anything why anything particular in this map would be good for Imperial Guard.
If we don't take that power,
Though this is also pretty. I suppose, I guess, as Lord General, it's actually pretty good with the heavy turrets. Help really secure this side of the map. He has quite a bit of red points. He could save up for another. He can probably rapidly pull out another Lean Russ.
Ever onward.
He randomly chose this map. Honestly, just randomly chose that map. And his opponent does back in the game now. Just lost too much to get back in the game. If you look at over here, he had no requisition to begin with. Either way, this Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. Probably have enough time for one more replay tonight. Maybe two. Let's find out. Back off. Let the music play. There we go. I just did that map. Let's go to a different map. Why not? Greetings everyone, Angrade here of another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn on the south side as the biggest and the strongest mech boy with Fufu Hunter. On the north side as the Eversor Assassin with King Fisher. We got a strike squad being played on the field, pretty standard. Got shooters here into another slugger, so slight variation. Most people go for 2 shooters. Inquisitor Stormtroopers are not eyeing to capture any points. Going straight for the power point there, so it looks like the Eversor Assassin's eyeing for some sort of heavy power play. Strike Squad now probably eyeing for this requisition point. And now this power point has been captured, is being activated. Sluggers capturing those points there. Does get this power point captured up, going for this requisition and this power point here as well. So both players eyeing for heavy power plays. You now have the Eversor Assassin paid support. Teleports unnecessarily, honestly. Teleported away when he was decapturing that point. Sluggers advancing forward, trying to hack apart the Eversor Assassin. He will get this point deactivated, but the Eversor Assassin is going to receive quite a bit of damage there and does fall back. Strike Squad advancing on forward. Isn't some damage there onto those sluggers. VP is now being, or power point being captured up by the mech boy. Sluggers captured this left, right flank. That's why it does see the activated point there. So there's going to be 2 sluggers engaging the strike squad. And now he will see the 2 sluggers coming down on him. Mech boy does teleport forward, get some damage there onto the strike squad. Power node is not halfway being deactivated. We got the Eversor Assassin has been upgraded with the Chem Cloud Grenades. This will suppresses infantry and raises 7.5 on detonation. For 12 seconds, the enemy and radius deal 50% less damage and lose ability to regen health. These effects linger on entities for 3 seconds. So it is a debuff grenade, not a damage grenade. You see it being deployed there. It's nice to see a bit more tactical abilities like that. Most time people don't go for that upgrade. Requisition point being captured up. We do now have this power node being decaptured. We do have 1 generator deployed by the orcs. We do got a Purgaton squad now being deployed on the field. Shooters captured on the left flank. And this point was not activated by the Eversor Assassin. Looks like the orcs will take an early VP lead. Inquisitor Stormtroopers advancing forward, getting some damage there onto those boys. And now they are being upgraded to Sergeant. Stormboys advance forward. We've got 2 sluggers here as well. A large melee force there. Does throw the Chem Cloud grenade there. Very nice. And he does jump away. Of course, those effects will linger for 3 seconds. Shooter squad does get forced on back. And you can see these guys went through the Chem Cloud grenade as well. It's a pretty good debuff grenade. It has a lingering debuff effect area, if that makes any poor sense. So Stormtroopers, I see quite a bit of fire there. Falls back now. Mech Boy may punch him a bit. Nope, he just went a guy for the points. Overall, the Orc players having a bit of a better field control soon. Over here, Purgaton squad is advancing on forward, as well as the Strike squad, who's been upgraded with the Home of Titans. Increases their damage output and the health regeneration outside of combat by 0.15 HP per second. That must be relatively new. I don't remember seeing that description there. Let's jump forward, trying to hack apart these Purgaton squad. Does get another Chem Cloud grenade there, suppressing the boys, Storm Boys. And now it's going to go to that Chem Cloud grenade there as well. Actually, look at that. That suppression effect is constant. And now using the Purgaton squad with a massive AoE damage. Holy crap. Getting some great damage on those Slugger squad. Purgaton squad does fall back. Strike squad gets a nice cast there. Storm Boys is down to 2 models there, and they will fly away. Not to victory, however. To retreat. Strike squad receive a bit of fire there, falling back. Now the Slugger's trying to aim for this Eversoul Assassin, who's also been upgraded the Psyskin Bloody Body Glove. I have not seen that upgrade yet. It increases the Eversoul Assassin's health by... Oh, does wipe out one of those Slugger squads there, very nice. And the Eversoul Assassin may go down. Does fall back, and some sort of ability continues there. Let's see, increases the Eversoul Assassin's health by 75, and health regen by 1. Reduces the health cost and increases the duration of Sai-Chan to 50 health and 12 seconds respectively. Interesting. So we got a Looter squad now being put on the field. Very nice. So it looks like the Eversoul Assassin eyeing for a lot of upgrades on his hero. We've got the Mech Boy now going for proximity mines, which allows him to throw out groups of 4 proximity mines. He also can upgrade the battery pack. Increases the energy of the Mech Boy by 50, as well as grant him the Have a Taste ability, which allows Mech Boy to restore semi-energy and 150 health to friendly infantry. I believe that's an AoE effect around himself. He becomes a support unit, both medicinally and with energy. And energetically. Though the Orcs don't really have a whole lot of casters, do they? Storm Boys can make use of that energy, that's for sure. Eversoul Assassin does fall back there.
We'll figure that boost right out.
It's ours now.
Mech Boy does teleport up here.
Troops here. Locked and loaded, boss. Burning.
You know, if you ever do have that Strike Squad capturing the left flank.
Hey, Gray's losing that.
Purgaton squad advancing on forward. Imperial Crystal Stormtroopers as well. Does get a suppression there by the Purgaton squad there. Does jump on top of them. Chem Cloud grenade cast. Does have a fuse. And does force back these units. Do now have the Eversoul Assassin charging forward and falls on the back. And that Chem Cloud grenade does linger around quite a bit. Does do Morg. I always forget which one's which. One's ruthless and cunning, the other one's cunning and ruthless. Power generator. All of them being bashed there. Does really buff up that Slugger squad from Gen bashing there. We now got the Mech Boy also now fully kitted out with basic upgrades. We're going to upgrade the Daka upgrade, which gives him just straight DPS.
Not so sparky no more. This power node thingy.
We do have now Tier 2 deployed out by the Eversoul Assassin. He is pulling out Rhino, like I'm going to be upgraded the Heavy Bolter turret.
But we ain't even right.
Resource Stormtroopers advancing forward with the Perkinton squad. You have the Eversource Assassin, no more upgrades onto him. The Shooter squad has been upgraded with the big shooters as well as the Knob Leader. The Storm Boys are being pursued by the Strike squad. Mech Boy just firing away. May want to gain some damage there on the Perkinton squad. Storm Boys see a bit of suppression there by the Perkinton squad there. Does dodge a frag grenade there by the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Strike squad gets a bit damage. Battery pack does get some good healing down the Storm Boys. And Storm Boys do jump away. The Mech Boy does have enough resources to be tech up. He may want to do that sooner rather than later. And these forces are currently just sitting around doing nothing. He may want to fall back. This could be a lag spike. Storm Boys may see a bit of fire there. Shooters advancing forward as well. Storm Boys are being left out to dry. They're automatically engaging the Strike squad. It's not good. And he may lose that squad. Does spot the Rhino there. Does jump away. Does drop one of the models there, but he doesn't lose his entire squad. Rhino not being upgraded for anything at the moment.
A new type of death gun, is it?
Here for
Sure, I'm sure you knows best.
New type of Def Gun. I think he may was trying to go for the Def Gun upgrade and canceled it. Or maybe it was a beamy Def Gun he was trying to go for.
A new type of death gun, is it?
Ah, it's going to be on the Mech Boy. That's what he's trying to do. And that Luda squad is very quiet. I guess if he believes his weapon's suppressed, it is suppressed. After all, he's being very sneaky right now. Still camouflaged right there. No, the Rhino's going to be backing on up onto it. And does spot it and does fall back.
There'll be hordes and hordes of us soon enough.
Mech Boy being upgraded. Got now the Knob Leader on the Sluggers.
Knob they do.
And also got the Knob Leader there for the Storm Boys.
This better be worth me while. Boss, we got that requisition point that you asked. Wonderful. That's a victory spot, that is.
Beamy Death Gun, of course, upgrade on the Mech Boy. He does fire a shot there onto the Eversource Assassin. And now he's trying to capture some of these points. Mech Boy teleports forward. Hazmaka has been buffed right there, but right now the Rhino is out of vision with that bit of shrubbery right there. Do not have these force advance forward. He is out of arc radius as well with the Rhino. Do got good suppression there coming on Sluggers. As with the Cindery Fear there. Perkinton squad does escape out into the Rhino there. Eversource Assassin does fall back there. Storm Boys jump on in. Interrupt the movement there. Does get some good hits as well. Mech Boy does not get shots onto him. Teleports forward. In arc there. Fires. Gets the kill there. Does go ahead and get some damage to the Storm Boys. Storm Boys are falling back. These forces are still pretty healthy. They can advance forward, engage the Mech Boy. And now the, yep, now it's walking with the Daka again. Now I do got the War Truck advancing forward, trying to get some damage there onto the Perkinton squad. And that squad does fall back there. The Soul Stormtroopers are falling back as well, off trading away at least.
Storm Boy ready for duty, boss.
Mech Boy does teleport over here with the big shooter. Golgor is getting ripped apart by that Strike Squad. Strike Squad can go into melee to really rip them apart. You know how the Inquisitor Stormtroopers seem some fire from the Shooter Squad there. The Eversource Assassin does get suppressed by the Death Gun of the Luda. And I got the Perkinton Squad advancing on forward. Strike Squad has been upgraded to Justicar Leader, and now we do have a Interceptor Squad.
Where's me squig ointment? and loaded, boss.
Luda's behind some light cover there. Luda's are behind some heavy cover. And now we've got the Slugger squad advancing on the flank. He does have the burner upgrade as well as a knob leader. And now we do have a Weird Boy being employed on the field. A bit of an Ed banger. He is. The Stormtroopers getting some fire onto the Slugger squad. He may be eyeing for a grenade. Over here, do now have the Perkins squad against the damage from the Storm Boys. It does look at the chem grenade there. It does go ahead and mount up on the inside. I'm not sure if he got hit by the chem grenade. Over here, Slugger squad annihilates that Inquisitor Stormtrooper, so he does lose that squad entirely. He may want to forward plan vehicles now since he doesn't have any repairs. Does get a good stun there by the Storm Boys there. Shoots facing forward. Weird Boy hasn't got any shots off. He could try vomiting around the corner. Does vomit right there, knocking back all those forces and stunning them. Freaking squad does fall back without losing any models there. It's a small little cast there. Storm Boys push back on in. There's a decent cast there. Storm Boys see a bit of fire there. Trying to mount up, try to skip out of there. Storm Boys does get inside. Does throw a chem grenade there. Weird Boy does fall back. He's still from being wiped. It does go down. He may explode. And does not get a couple of knockbacks there. The chem grenade was partially active there. Maybe there's an animation that does lose the knob leader on the Storm Boys. And does fall back now. Airsoul Assassin has now been upgraded with the Neuro Gauntlet, which fills daily toxins. Enemy struck by this one takes extra damage over time and does not perform special attacks while equipped with this weapon. I have a feeling the reason why it doesn't deploy special attacks there with that weapon is because of animation bugs. That's just a theory though. We now have the Interceptor squad now hacking apart these power generators. Now I've got Tier 3 being researched by the Mech Boy. We've got the second Interceptor squad now being deployed on the field. That's the Interceptor squad. Tag going heavy with these units. Got some proximity mines deployed out in the field as well. With all these Interceptor squads on the field, he may want to go for, say, a looted tank probably best, or Daisy. I don't think Flash Gets or Knobs would be great against that, because they do have a lot of knockback there. Knobs are a little bit vulnerable to knockback. Perkins squad getting some damage there. Of course, you have to always upgrade the Perkins squad with a conversion beamer. Right now, the biggest problem right now with the Airsoul Assassin is it's supposed to the Interceptor squads are good capping squads, but he doesn't have any repair squads. The Airsoul Assassin has now been redeployed. We've got the Mech Boy advancing along the flank. Mech Boy and the Interceptor squad are now engaging. There's just a car leader now. Airsoul Assassin now advancing forward. Does get a nice little entry sap there. Does have some enough energy to teleport away. He captured the points over here. The Orcs are slightly ahead in VPs at the moment. Nothing too significant, however. War truck pushing way forward. They got a bit of looting tank now being put on the field. Very nice. He does have enough red points for a nuke. And now I think there's going to be a Slugger squad loaded in the back of this war truck there. He's probably going to try to burn down the power generators. Got the shooters advancing forward with the Mech Boy. Gets good damage on the Interceptor squad. And teleport forward. Does get a nice knockback there. Now, does get a nice little battery pack heal there, but it's taking too much damage there. There's a lot of damn firepower coming from these forces. Luda does get inside the bunker there, suppressing the Interceptor squads, and he can't engage that structure there with those squads. However, there's the Bergenton squad here, which is a flamethrower, should be effective versus garrisons. Or have that trouble to advance forward like that. And this does use the mech boy there to hit that Purgaton squad there to make sure he doesn't advance forward. Lunatic now deployed on the field. He may not have seen it just yet. Mech boy does throw out some landmines there, very nice. Drone boys and the Lunatic making their way for themselves known. And the Interceptor squad will escape on out of there. Do not have a Dreadnought being deployed on the field. You want to make sure you must probably upgrade the Dreadnought Claw in order to engage the Lunatic, I'm guessing. You got the Reinforced Plating being deployed on the field. Dumpy also chopping infantry. That's the name description of this upgrade. War truck falling back. Seeing a bit of small arms fire there from these forces. It's not technically small arms, are they? But then again, if Bushmaster chain guns considered small arms, I think that these are considered small arms. Lunatic is advancing on forward, trying to get some damage onto these Interceptor squads. Now I got the boom gun. Gets a good knockback there, stopping the capture or the capture of that point. Mech boy teleports away from the strike squad. Now we've got the Great Knight trying to team point field, and it's going for the multi-melta. Multi-melta has been completed. He is eyeing for a passive melta bomb there onto the Lunatic there, does not get it there. Hand grenade does come from the Slugger squad there. There's not the same melta bomb, whatever the disabling grenade is for them. Now some landmines here as well from the mech boy, so they may be detonated relatively soon. Teleports into those landmines there, gets good damage onto them. Interceptor squad does fall back. There's also the beaming death gun onto the mech boy once again. He's setting it up with it. He's going to be focused on the war truck there. Beaming death gun. Get some hits there onto the Dreadnought. The Lunatic force can't fire against it. But also the sword boys here with the heavy with Knob leader to get some good damage onto vehicles. And there goes the Grey Knight Dreadnought. Mech boy needs to switch over to the big shooter once again. And perhaps maybe fall back. It's getting hacked apart. Navis Force Assassin's about ready to go down right there. Big shooter being upgraded now. Right now, the Orcs are running low on VPs. They'll double capture against them. He's eyeing to capture those VPs as soon as he can. And the Orc does have a lot of red points ready to go. He is approaching enough resources to get out Daisy. I don't know how much the population space Daisy takes. I think it's like 20, so you may need to lose some population. The Ludas, are they... Nope, they're still inside that garrison there. Which that garrison's been surprisingly useful. Lunatic now has been repaired on up. Mech boards captured at this point.
Moving to cover.
Got these forces advancing down the left flank. We do now have the war truck advancing on forward as well. Got these forces advancing on forward. We got the mech boy receiving a bit of damage there. You may see the boom gun ability. Does receive a grenade. Does get ensnared. Conversion beam is now deployed on the field. Has the rearmor exposed there onto the war truck, onto the Lunatic there. May want to go with the boom gun ability onto it. But nope, it looks like he will go down. Burner's advancing on getting some damage there, going for some knobs. And did that squad go down there entirely? I think that squad entirely went down, so it is out of shooters now. Interceptor squad is seeing a bit of damage there. X-Force Assassin does also have the Melta bombs research. The Interceptor squad does settle before, knocking back the burners. And now the war truck's falling back as well. Another Lunatic is being pulled on the field. Yes. Oh, going for some flash gets now.
The boys need themselves a knob, they do. Working on that gear up, boss.
The Space Marines are shooting!
We do now have the knob leader there, and going with the meaner and greener upgrade onto the knobs. Stone Boys do jump on in, trying to decapture this point there. Got the war truck in this region as well. Separate squad combat teleports forward, teleports on top of the mech boy. The mech boy himself could just teleport away. The Eversoul Assassin's probably about to go down. Yep, trying to switch back to the Chem Cloud Grenade, which is probably a good idea. See the heavy knobs there. Does lose the Eversoul Assassin there. Charging on forward as well, trying to hit these various forces and going for the Conversion Beamer. It's a very vulnerable squad. Except the squad does fall back. Conversion Beamer is about to get wiped out. Conversion Beamer does get wiped out there. Strike Squad engaging. Got now the flash gets firing away. I always forget they have actual automatic weapons. It's not this Blasta's upgrade. Does get some good damage there on the Strike Squad falling back. Now we got another Greynot Drun up in point of field. And that may not be that great, because of course got the Storm Boys and the Knobs here. And Flash Gets will be useful as well against it. In other words, the Mech Boy has a lot of counters to it. He can always swap with the Beam of Death Gun once again. Do have a capture in favor of the Orcs relatively soon. No double capture at the moment. Storm Boy's about to jump over. Interceptor Squad does jump on top of them, get a bit of a stun as well. And now the Interceptor Squad does fall back. He may drop another model there. Could potentially be wiped out. Suicides? Gets them both. Good squad wipe there. Now the Eversoul Assassin's down to minimal force. Now Flash gets firing away. Strike Squad advance forward. Interceptor Squad should be captured at this point. And right now the Strike Squad is getting ripped apart. Greynot Dreadnought being point field has been upgraded the Dreadnought Claw. Chem Grenade does connect with the knobs there. Good knockback there by the Greynot Dreadnought. I can access these forces there trying to capture this point. There's double capture in favor of the Orcs. There's triple capture there. That's maybe the end of the game for the Grey Knight player. He's lost a lot of squads. He's going to be rapidly decreasing in tickets. The Mech Boy is down, so can't use his Beam Death Gun. The what's it called? The Eversoul Assassin does go down as well and does mount up inside the war truck and trying to drive away. And this point has been captured by the Sluggers. He does have, of course, a Strike Squad and Interceptor Squad captured up. The Interceptor Squad is not reinforced.
I think this is important.
But he can call rocks on top of it. In fact, he should just call them rocks either way. He has nearly 900 red points. By the time that rocks get off cooldown, he'll be able to call in some more rocks. Strike Squad capturing that up.
He's got 100 points left. A new type of death gun, is it?
New type of Death Gun. His Mech Boy's been redeployed, going for the Beaming Death Gun. He will stabilize, but he still be counting down against him, and the Orcs still have plenty of resources and a lot of rocks to throw at his opponent. And a lot of teeth in their heads. Flash Gids are set on up.
Look, see him move.
Greynot Dreadnought will have trouble advancing forward. Mech Boy does need to spend his red points. Storm Boy is also going to eye for the flank, trying to decapture this point. Interceptor Squad trying to decapture this point there. Knobs could start engaging the Greynot Dreadnought. Beam Death Guns engaging as well. Going to use a Swamp on Billy right there. I think the Storm Boys are not decapturing this point in time being. Chem Cloud Grenade does connect. Good suppression, knock stun there onto the knob. He does not decapture this point in time. Strike Squad about to get annihilated as well. He does go down there. Mech Boy is now at level 7. Eversoul Assassin's at level 6. He's just down to himself and the Grey Knight Dreadnought. The Grey Knight Dreadnought's down to minimal health. And we've got the beam duck gun firing away onto his one more shot. It should go down. It does get one shot point blank. Eversoul Assassin trying to capture this point there. He's down a lot of tickets there. And he does take out the Eversoul Assassin there, but right now he's completely out and does back out the game now. This is Angrid saying, thank you for watching and on to the next replay. So as I mentioned beforehand, that's going to be my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, get some good rest, and